and welcome to another monthly reading. Yes, I'm a little bit late, so I apologize, but I still managed to make this lottery video before the end of the month, as I planned. As some of you know, I've gone through a few changes lately. I've moved to a new place and I have a lot on my plate, so it's not that easy to keep a regular uploading schedule, but I hope that it's gonna be better from next month on. So, if you're new here and you don't know what this is about, let me give you a short explanation. Every month I do a tarot reading lottery on my channel, and if you'd like to enter the next one, you can do so by pledging $2, $4, or $9 on my Patreon page. $2 is the entry level, and $4 is going to give you a double chance and a written reading. That was surprisingly hard to say. At the $9 level, you have a triple chance of winning, and you also receive a video alongside with it. So, and at each level, you get access to my bonus videos, my tarot tutorial series, and other videos that are not published on YouTube, and other updates. So, let's see who the winner of this month's reading is going to be. And it's Sarah F. Congratulations. You are going to receive a New Year's reading, which is, by the way, the next reading lottery is also going to be a lottery for a New Year's reading. So if you're interested, feel free to enter on Patreon. So let's get to your reading, Sarah. So, Sarah, welcome to your New Year's reading. I'm going to shuffle the cards a little bit before we dive into it. And while I'm doing the shuffling, let me just tell you and basically everybody else who decided to stay and watch this video, because I know some people still enjoy the readings even if they are not specifically meant for them. And if you're one of those people and you feel like you're connecting with this reading, then it's all the better. So even though it's going to be specifically for Sarah, but if you find some insights in there that you find applicable to your own life, then that just makes us happy. So there's nothing wrong with that. But anyway, if you'd like a New Year's reading personally for you, and you don't want to leave it up to fate, you can purchase one from me on PayPal, or again by contributing on Patreon. I'm going to include those details in the description box, so if you're interested in that, you can check it out. So, I offer 3 different versions of the New Year's reading at 3 different tiers. This is going to be the second one. So, while I'm shuffling the cards, I'd like to ask you, Sarah, to take a moment to just contemplate the year that has almost passed. How was 2018 for you? And what are you hoping to accomplish in the upcoming year? So I'm just gonna allow you to keep your mind focused on that in a relaxed way so that the reading can connect with your subconscious desires and needs regarding the new year. All right. So, the first card is going to be a really important one because it's going to represent the overall energy of the upcoming year. So it's kind of the background energy, the main theme of 2019. It's so weird to say 2019. Guess we still need to get used to that. All right. The next card is going to represent the first quarter of the year, so January, February, and March. And there's going to be 3 more cards, each for 1 quarter of the year. Next one is for April, May, and June. Then we have July, August, and September. And finally, October, November, December. And so these 4 cards are meant to represent a process. So it's not like, you know, when October comes, you suddenly snap out of whatever you were dealing with. It's more meant to illustrate the progress of your spiritual development throughout the year. So these are not completely separate units. These quarters, they are more like, you know, guidance on how it's gonna go, starting from the beginning of the year, throughout the year, to the end of the year. All right, let's see what we have. Okay, Ace of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Judgment, and finally the Ace of Pentacles. Now that looks like a really, really exciting year, to be honest with you. And so we have 2 major arcana cards, 2 aces, and 1 minor arcana card, the 9 of Pentacles. So let's get started from the beginning, shall we? So the main theme of the upcoming year, the Ace of Pentacles, and I'm trying to show this card to you. I hope you can see the illustration on the card. So anyway, As you might know, cups represent emotions. And when it comes to aces, they always represent the entire spectrum, or the essence, basically, of the given suit. So this is the essence of water. And water elementally represents emotions. And this is an interesting card because some people tend to interpret it as a gift from the universe, a blessing in terms of emotions and feelings. But I've had some really difficult encounters with this card, honestly, throughout my life and my practice as a tarot reader. So it's not, it's not necessarily an easy ride, but it's definitely one that is going to enrich you and broaden your perspective and deepen your connection with who you are. So like I said, cups as emotions, and the Ace of Cups entails the entire spectrum of the cup suit, starting from the really positive, upbeat, pleasant cups cards, and also including the negative emotions, the more problematic, more difficult, more intense emotions. So it's kind of like a roller coaster ride each time this card shows up, where you get a chance to explore your emotional landscape and all kinds of different frequencies of feeling, all kinds of different manifestations of your heart, of your vulnerable being. And you get a chance to really dive deep into that. And that, of course, can be really rewarding at times and very painful at other times. But it's definitely making you more sensitive. It becomes easier to connect with others because your empathy is heightened and you're more inclined to express your emotions. You're better at conveying your inner world in terms of your emotions, and it just makes you have really thin skin. So it's easier to get offended, it's easier to experience negativity coming from other people, but it's also a lot easier to immerse yourself in love, romantic love, friendships, family relationships, all different kinds of love that you might have been kind of numb to before. Your heart is opening up, it's almost cracked open. So it's a very deeply spiritual feeling. You might cry a lot more than you usually do. It's all very watery, very kind of very sensitive, very watery, like I said. It's just, there's no other way to explain it. But it's a beautiful journey, and it's, like I said in the beginning, it's bringing you closer to who you are. It's allowing you to explore feelings that were hidden from you before. So, and looking at these 4 cards down here, we have Pentacles guarding 2 major arcana cards. So while the main theme of the upcoming year is this emotional journey, this opening up to the world, being able to trust others, and not even really caring if you get hurt. That's the other thing about the Ace of Cups, is that you're just so hungry and so curious for all these different emotional impulses that you don't even really care if something unpleasant happens to you on that level, which is good. But I don't see a lot of, I don't see a lot of negativity coming your way. But there's definitely, towards the middle of the year, there's definitely a huge transformative time coming up where you get to learn a lot about who you are. And having pentacles here is also suggesting to me that this emotional liberation, because basically that's what this is about, is also ultimately guiding you to financial freedom. So in a way, because money is also energy, it's almost like, I sometimes think of it as the fifth element. And so like one of the elements in the pentagram could be considered money, or it could be spirit. Depends on how you look at it. But anyway, if you're stuck emotionally or creatively or sexually or mentally, these kind of things often manifest in financial problems. And with the Ace of Cups, we're having this experience of emotions bursting out. There's an explosion of emotions. There's a sense of getting unstuck. So, and I can tell that that is going to bring with it, especially looking at the Ace of Pentacles, it's going to bring with it a broadened perspective regarding your finances as well. And that's another important underlying layer here with the upcoming year. You start out with the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a really beautiful card, and it belongs to the element of earth, being that these are pentacles. And as you can see, this woman is just walking around, taking a stroll in her garden with her parrot. And the main idea behind this card is independence, strength, coming from solitude. So it's empowering solitude. If you're currently not in a relationship, then this can be a card signaling to you that your singleness, your single life, is now turning into something productive. If you are in a relationship, then this card could indicate that you need more independence. You need to grow more self-reliant and not allow yourself to be completely digested and eaten up and just swallowed by this relationship. You need to stand on your own. You need to keep being your own woman. And so the Nine of Pentacles is pointing towards the joy and the benefits of standing alone in your empire, in your little empire, which could be your garden. You have worked hard for this. You have done everything in your power, and you used all your skills to create this garden. And now you get to enjoy it. That's what the Nine of Pentacles is about. So the beginning point here is really good. You're starting out really strong, financially, mentally, spiritually, also emotionally. Then we have the first major arcana card, the Hierophant. Maybe I should zoom in a little bit. All right, is this better? So the Hierophant, number 5 of the major arcana, is a teacher, and it suggests that you will be learning about a certain traditional way of existing within the world. Religion, ideology, some sort of structure that was created before you and is meant to give more structure to your life. So you're going to be engaging with this school of thought or this institution or ideology, like I said, that will allow you to organize your life a little better. So what I'm seeing here is that your cup is overflowing with emotions, but at the same time you're trying really hard and you're working really hard to keep it all together. You want to stay on top of things. You want to be good at your career and at life in general, and you want to reorganize your life in a way that it becomes more effective. And that's what the second quarter of the next year is going to be. So it's suggesting that after starting out with this individualistic Nine of Pentacles energy, it will be required of you that you become a little more adaptive and flexible in your thinking, and watch out for try to actively engage with traditions, people's rules and experiences and knowledge and wisdom that is preserved in these ancient systems, sometimes religions, or the tarot is also such a system because it has a very well-defined structure, and it's been like that for ages, for centuries, and it has existed before we did, and it will probably go on existing after we die. But it's creating a structure for our thoughts, for our everyday life that is very useful. So I see the second quarter of the year offering you an opportunity to join into such a structure and drop your individualistic ways a little bit. Although probably only temporarily, because then we have Judgment, another major arcana card. Very, very beautiful, very intense, very very transformative card, especially with the Ace of Cups combined. It just has this really high frequency of wanting to break out of your shell, And I'm getting the sense that the third quarter of the year is going to be the most intense, the most useful and interesting and transformative for you. So here you get a chance to basically start a new life all together. That's what Judgment is about. It's about dealing with, perhaps fighting with, and coming to terms with the demons of the past. And not only the demons, but, buried memories, traumas that are reawakened by this angel here. And they come back from your past, from your subconscious, and you get a chance to encounter them and process them and finally put them to rest. And that creates a wave of change that goes really deep and is very profound and spiritually pleasing. But it's also not necessarily only joyful and pleasant, especially with the Ace of Cups here. I'm getting the sense that this is going to be kind of a difficult time for you, but also the most useful and the most the time that has the most potential. So you're breaking out of your shell, you're changing, you're transforming your entire life, you're starting a new life. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So at the end of the year, you will have reached a point where you're able to utilize the liberated emotional energies that we have talked about, and to utilize them in a way that works for you on a practical level. That's what the Ace of Pentacles is about. Harnessing and using these energies, riding this wave of Judgment and the Ace of Cups, and turning your pain and your emotional insights and even your joys, your euphoria, all of this emotional energy that is being released within you, turning it all into a financial opportunity or a career opportunity, basically an opportunity on the earthy level. So the level of finances, resources, work, and practical things. So I hope that you enjoy this reading. Thank you for watching, Sarah. Thank you for supporting my channel. You've been my patron for 2 years now, if I'm not mistaken. So thank you for that. And thank you to everybody else who has watched this video. And I hope to see you in my next one. Bye-bye.